Impact segment tonight, more propaganda from the far left concerning radical Muslim terrorism.
You are 7 times more likely to be killed by a right-wing extremist, a racist or an anti-government nut job. 7 times more likely to be killed by that person than by a Muslim. If a Christian shoots somebody, we don't say a Christian shot him. But if a Muslim shoots somebody, we say a Muslim shot him. I think that's starting to muddy the waters.
Muddy the waters. Well, Mr. Jones got that phony statistic from the liberal Think Progress organization, which is ridiculous to say the least. According to the New America Group, a liberal think tank which studies terror deaths in the USA, Van Jones not even close. Not counting the attack on 9/11, 94 people have been killed on U.S. soil due to violent jihadist attacks, including Orlando. 48 have been killed on U.S. soil due to far right-wing attacks. So doing the math, nearly twice as many people have been killed by the jihadists compared to the far-right nuts. Joining us now from Washington, Kirsten Powers. So are you as fed up with this propaganda as I am?
Well, I wouldn't call it propaganda. I think it's something that people do believe, and I think that but I do think the issue of the fact that people on the left side of the political spectrum, and I'm going to put myself in this category. I did my column on this week, actually, do tend to look at these attacks like the one in Orlando and don't immediately go to saying that this is Islamic terrorism, and are more inclined to look at the underlying factors such as what he possibly was mentally ill, perhaps he was a self-loathing gay person, and these other things, rather than immediately saying this is a terrorist attack.
What the record showed and what his computer showed, and all of that, and his background and his father and everything. But you just said something. You said, I said propaganda. You said it wasn't propaganda because people believe it. Propaganda is distorting the truth. It doesn't matter what people believe it or not. And Van Jones gets on CNN and he spouts this nonsense that you have a 7% higher chance of getting killed by some right-wing nut than you do from a jihadist. Not true. Not even close to being true. And that's propaganda.
No, propaganda. You're having the intent to deceive people, essentially, to make them believe something. I don't think that that's what Van Jones was doing. I think Van Jones believes what he says.
We found that stat in 15 minutes, Kirsten.
Okay, Bill, but you know, is it possible that he read that study and believed that it was true?
Well, but then he shouldn't be on television.
I don't know why.
You don't just read something and spout it.
Sometimes you say things that end up not being right too.
That's not true. That's false. You just uttered a false statement. Every time I say something, if it's proven to be false, I apologize. And I can't even remember the last time we did that. The only mistake we've ever made here of any note was the Secretary of Agriculture, when we took a piece of tape off a right-wing website that had been edited, which we didn't know, ran it, made a woman look bad, and I apologize for that. I don't say things through my hat. And you must know, because you work for the Fox News channel.
You do say things sometimes that I don't think are true.
Well, what you think doesn't matter. You have to prove that they're not true if you're going to make that accusation.
But I don't even know why are we going down this road.
Because propaganda is what I'm putting forth is being put out there.
No, propaganda would be the idea that he's trying to spread some falsehood to convince people that it's not true.
That's what he just did.
But I think he believes that it's true.
It doesn't matter if he believes it's true. He's spreading a falsehood.
Okay, whatever. This isn't, okay.
All right.
I don't want to argue about this anymore.
That's the crux of the story, that the left so desperately wants to avoid the truth, that the Islamic Jihad is bent on killing as many Americans as possible. The far left does not want to acknowledge that they trump up phony stuff like that. That's the crux of the whole matter.
I don't think that that's what's going on. I think that it's true that people on the left are less inclined to want to immediately say that it's caused by a Muslim terrorism.
Why?
And, well, I can't get into the motivations of people, but I can tell you that certainly people on the left are always very concerned about historically marginalized people, and I think that they would see, you know, usually
so they don't want to marginalize the jihadists?
Well, no, so the reason I'm saying that is because the flip side of it is if a Christian did something, if a Christian blows up an abortion clinic, then of course that person's a Christian.
Okay, when was the last time a Christian blew up an abortion?
For the people on the left, that if that happens, they have no problem attaching religion to it. Okay,
well,
but when it allegiance to ISIS, then there still is some trepidation about attaching religion to it.
I don't know of any Christians, and this is Jones said
You're not getting my point.
Yes, I am. I'm trying to get across to you that what Jones did is intentional. All right, it's an intentional dissemination of propaganda that people believe. Yes, it is. And I'll tell you, and I'll prove my case, and I'll give you 10 seconds to reply or whatever.
Oh, thanks.
When was the last time we heard that a Christian killed somebody in the name of John Calvin, who started Presbyterianism or in the name of Pope Francis. I'm going to kill all those people because I love Pope Francis. When did the last time that happen?
Well, but certainly there are Christians who have attacked abortion clinics and said that they felt God told them to do it.
When was the last time that happened?
A long time ago. I mean,
yes.
It has been a long time. But
and they didn't do it in the name of
any
Christian saint or anything.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But I don't think that that person is doing it as a Christian. I think the person's probably mentally ill and obviously has some problems.
The Christian religion doesn't preach
like that,
violence.
And any Christian would denounce it.
The Christian doesn't preach jihad or holy war. And the Crusades were an embarrassment for Christianity. And that's, I think President Obama referenced that back in the day.
Yes.
Kirsten Powers, everybody, always lively. Directly ahead, Bernie Goldberg.